So Andy Burnham has just won the Makerfield by-election. He's officially back in Parliament, and make no mistake, he is coming for Keir Starmer's job. He wants to be Prime Minister, and after this result, he's got a clear path to get there. But here's the brutal truth: the right wing really needs to hear. Even if Reform and Restore combine their votes, they just wouldn't have won that seat. The right just don't. It's just not doing the math at the moment. They're losing this game. If we don't fix this right now, Burnham is just going to walk straight into that number 10. So let's just break down exactly what has happened. Now, a lot of people on our side, they're saying, oh, if Reform, Restore, they didn't split the vote, we would have won. No, we wouldn't. Now, look at the numbers. Burnham still cleared over 50%. He absolutely smashed it. The real problem isn't the split vote. The real problem is the right wing just looks like a complete circus at the moment. Now, Labour, they've stayed quite disciplined, whereas on the right, spent 5 weeks fighting each other on Twitter and everywhere else. And voters see Reform and Restore throwing mud at each other, and they just don't see a government that's in waiting. They see chaos, and chaos drives normal, everyday working class voters back to Labour. So why does this matter? Because Andy Burnham is not Keir Starmer. Starmer is deeply unpopular, boring. Burnham is a political chameleon, basically. He smiles, he talks with a northern accent, and he pretends to be a regular guy. But behind that smile is a radical left-wing agenda. He wants to nationalise everything, like housing, energy, trains. He wants to bring back, really heavy taxes. His ultimate goal is to really drag, in a quiet way, the UK back into European Union. And he's dangerous because, in a way, he's likable. He's still, I don't know, he might have lost it a little bit now because obviously people are starting to know him now, but that likability fact's probably still there. Right now, though, I mean, on the right, we're just literally handing him the keys to the country on just like a silver platter. Now, look what just happened. Where was it? Yeah, I mean, if you look at what happened with Rupert Lowe and Restore Britain, they wanted a tough push Reform to be tougher on immigration. She's great in theory. They do need more though, but in reality, it's just turned into a personality clash between Farage and Rupert Lowe, and it's got too much like that. And it's achieved nothing. It's making the right look fractured, quite rightly so. I mean, and if that continues to be split into tiny little angry fractions every time someone disagrees, Labour's going to rule this country for like the next 20 years. We need unity, not ego. Now, if it isn't Labour, then, well, even worse, it's going to be the Greens or whatever other party comes along, or some Islamic party. You know, the right will be fucked. Getting onto that as well, I saw old Zach or Dave Polanski saying about the result that we need a party that will redistribute the wealth and power, a party that will nationalise public service, tax the super rich, and call a genocide what it is. See, that just shows all they're bothered about is fucking genocide. Let's deal with what's in this country. Waving stupid flags from another country, other cultures and that. That's the problem. As is always said, you import these people from these countries, you import their problems, their agendas, their cultures. We don't need that shit. Now, this now is the wake-up call. On the right, we need to wake the fuck up. To be honest, On the left, like I said, it's being handed to them because of the circus on the right. To be honest, it's a bit more of an organised circus on the left. The Greens, I don't know, they've dropped off a little bit at the moment. There's not been so much about them. He's probably too busy sort of like counting all the different colours he can put on something. But definitely with Labour, we know that now there's going to be a little bit of a quieting down, I think, with Burnham. He won't jump straight away unless Streeting goes for it next week. If he starts it all off, then that's it. The game starts. Now, otherwise, Burnham's going to actually leave it for a couple of weeks to settle down so he doesn't look like he's just using Makerfield, although he obviously is just using Makerfield. Anyone who buys into that crap that he's coming out with about it's a touchstone rather than a stepping stone, if that's the best that his PR team could come up with, then well, there we go. But like I said, this is the wake-up call now. Makerfield proved that the right it's not ready to take power. Restore have got a lot of work to do. They've really got to up their game and they've really got to start putting it out there. This is a wake-up call for them because after Yarmouth it looks all good, but now 3,000 votes, it weren't good enough. Really need to push more. Reform. There's so much infighting. There's so much happening. I mean, Farage, he threw Zia Youssef under the bus the other week and went, oh, I didn't say that, he said that. They've been squabbling. And I didn't like the fact that Reform, they reported Andy Burnham to the police or something about something that happened during lockdown, about that he broke the lockdown rules. Then what? Reform weren't supposed to be that sort of party, dragging up stuff from like COVID days to try and get at Andy Burnham. Come on, you can't play better than that. That's ridiculous games. That, and Reform weren't supposed to be that party playing them games. And that fighting on the right, it's so split. I know it's been said before. I know Paul Thorpe and people like that have tried to bring it together. Now, Ben Habib did the right thing with Advance. He stepped aside to help Rupert Lowe. That man's got integrity. He wants it to work. He's done it. I can't see Farage swallowing that ego and sorting something with the other guys. Rupert Lowe's not going to either. So it is going to be out of Restore and Reform. Both need to get themselves in shape. A lot of people think that Restore are going to be the better answer because they will get shit done. I believe that at the moment, but they've got a hell of a lot of work to do and not much time now. Time is ticking away so quickly. So things will have to change very quickly. But, you know, the right does need to stop fighting. They need to start fighting against Labour, against the Greens, against the takeover, this Islamic sort of feed that's going into through everything. Now, if you agree and you know that we've all got to get fighting, hit that subscribe button because I want to keep spreading this message and I just want to try and build my channel a lot bigger. So hit that subscribe button. Because I want to really push this and organise, you know, help organise stuff, get stuff sorted on this side. The more that this channel can grow, the better. So drop a comment below as well. Do you think Farage can fix this? Do you think Burnham's unstoppable? Do you think Labour's going to be unstoppable now? Do you think the Greens are going to be? Do you think Rupert Lowe can come up with the goods? Anyway, let me know and I'll see you in the next video. Say it straight.